I can move that over. Welcome, everybody. Who do we have on Zoom tonight?
Like Richard Dyer, me, Blueberries, Jen, Nancy.
Great. I would actually like to make a little change. If we could please start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Awesome.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for that recent text, kids. All right, as we call the meeting to order, our very first thing on the agenda is to elect a chairman of the board, and I would like to table that either to our next meeting or when Kathy Lowe calls in. Kathy Lowe is on a flight right back right now, and I want to make sure everyone has a chance to nominate or be nominated, so. Do I need to vote for that? I could just table it. You're right with me tabling that? Okay, great. On to the next one, determine board meeting dates and times. Through the grapevine, I've heard that people have been chatting about trying to get these meetings earlier, so I work and I don't get out till sometimes 5:36, but I'm willing to move it to 6:30. It's 6:30, all right? Kathy Lowe had mentioned that she'd like it to do it earlier. So if Thursday's still okay?
I like it.
You okay with Thursdays? Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we keep the selectmen's meetings on Thursdays, but we start the meeting at 6:30 and promptly end by 8, we're hoping. It's a goal. You gotta have a goal, right? You gotta have dreams. And so make that motion. I'm gonna need a second. All in favor? You both did. Very nice. All right.
Awesome.
Cool. Next thing we want to do is approve the minutes of the June 6th select board meeting. Kathy, I understand you might have a couple of changes on those or
I don't think changes.
no?
I don't think they were changes.
Okay. I know you weren't here. I mean, you were here, but you weren't here. Anything we need to change it for
No, I just highlighted, changed the meeting of bulky waste, hours, highlighted just a few ones.
great. Okay, so I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes from the June 6th meeting.
I will second that.
Right, all in favor? Okay. Kind of cool not being a newbie, or the newest newbie. Because she was the select board member at the time. Would you date mine, please? Thanks. Last day of spring, right now. Doesn't feel like spring. And there you go. Okay. Next is to approve warrant 24 and the payroll warrants for June 12th and June 19th. Did you get a chance to, that's what these are.
Good.
Good. So I need you to sign the payroll warrant here, and you already signed this one.
But a motion or not yet?
Not yet. You are way ahead of us. This is the person we just met with,
Okay.
and this is, I know you've been through that already. And somewhere in here is a, and it is,
You didn't get this one, did you?
yeah, she'll come back and review everything.
Let's see if there is on the. Maybe, mine never says. Amended. Outline.
So I'd like to make a, make motion that we approve warrants 24 and payroll warrants for June 12th and 19th.
I will second.
All in favor? Great, here you go. I do have a question about, one of the checks that we wrote regarding, because I haven't been down yet, but I will. Steve, I saw that you got a lot of supplies for the walkway. Is that done yet or just? Right before the end of the, yeah, I saw the posts were ordered and, or delivered here, yeah. What's the ETA on the beach sign? Excellent. Excellent, good, good. Thank you. Right, I saw that they'll report. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. And then it seems like just when you put them in, you gotta take them out, wind them all up, put them, hang them wherever we're gonna, probably down in the garage, someplace. All right, thank you. RSU 10 report. Do we have a report?
No, but I received the bill for next year. It's 130,000 and more each month. I know it passed district wide. It wasn't by much, maybe. Not by much.
Right, it was like under 50 votes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to make you aware, every month we pay the school system, which the teachers are awesome. I wish the money actually went to the teachers instead of administration, but this past month, for the month of June, the bill we got was 121,000 and some change. We pay that kind of money every single month. Starting, we just got the bill every month. So 130,000 for the month is due for the month of July, right? That's what you just got?
Yes, every month.
Every month we'll be paying 130,000. Right, every month. So we need to be very aware of that as we add expenditures to that very pricey expenditure. Because of that, can we contact our newly elected school board representative and ask if he might be able to prepare a report monthly for us, please? That would be great. Doesn't have to be long. All right, road report. Do we have anything in our packets for road reports? Besides complaints?
Yeah, I don't know, nothing knows, but we're just holding on to certain complaints. I already talked to the lawyer, she was asking for more information, and they said you can come in the office and look at these, but her lawyer can request. This is just for me to see.
Yes, I saw that in my email. Okay. We did. I think we have mentioned before that we had quite a bit of salt still left in our contract that we could order, that, I mean, sand that we could order, that we committed to a higher amount but never used it. So we asked for that to be delivered at the end of by the end of June. and it was delivered today, I believe. Yes, today.
I received the invoice. today.
Yeah, got the invoice today and the salt shed is pretty well full, right, Russ?
Yep.
Yep. So that came in at that great lower contract rate, so that is good. Okay, so, we've got a couple of things, Gauding Road driveway damage, and that's in our packet, right?
No, but he said he would come to this meeting, but I don't see him. It was a washout that washed out Highway's driveway.
Okay.
I don't know all the details, but and I'm not sure what he was gonna ask for, but
Okay, so we'll table that part. And, let's see, and we had some complaints in our packet, you see that?
Mhm.
Are we forwarding these, to anyone, or are we contacting them?
some are to you, some are to the CEO who has them and is dealing with them.
Okay. All right, while we're on roads, with the town meeting over and the things that were discussed at town meeting and passed, the budget committee recommended an amount for the road budget. And that was a cut based on what was asked for, which means our funds are gonna be very important, that we channel them to those roads that are of highest priority. And the road committee and the road commissioner will need to determine the roads that are the highest priority. And so I would like the select board to ask that funds are not spent into the new budget year until we prioritize what roads have to be worked on, so that the money goes to those roads.
I will. You make a motion?
Do I need to make a motion to do that?
Even emergency.
No, I think emergency work would be an emergency
With prior approval.
with, prior approval that the an emergency alert comes out to us by some sort of complaint, the road's gone, we're gonna need to fix that.
Just like I said, there's little legalities to everything. but
Yeah.
you can make whatever motion you want, and I'll check into.
Okay. You want me to make the motion? Okay, I'd like to make the motion that, going into the new budget year, that, we create a list of priority roads before we spend money and do work on roads. And, so that what limited funding the roads budget has are directed to the priority roads.
I will second.
All in favor? Okay, should I have done discussion first?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
You're gonna set a date for one committee to start meeting, set dates for us.
That's actually, when we get down to here to calendar reminders, I did want to set a first date for a road committee meeting. Yep. Is there any other comment on that motion? No? Okay,
You want to get that prior approval?
prior approval, right, well, till the road committee and the commissioner can meet or the select board, however we're gonna do it. So hopefully our road commissioner gets healthier and is able to come back and we can all meet and get some priorities set up. Yes,
We have a road committee meeting, someone from the select board gonna sit in.
we certainly can, yeah.
I think it would be good instead of conveying information which could be misconstrued. That we're all on the same page. We never had that before, we tried, but it never worked.
And we try to get a select board member to attend each week, their favorites, their whatever committee they'd like to attend, so. Which was yours? Are you interested in doing that?
Sure.
Okay,
I do have a couple things for roads.
yeah,
These are for the next fiscal year. Contracts, two showed up today, these are the old ones to compare. These are
are these bids?
next. Same contracts that we do every year.
Same thing.
This is last year's contract. I think that's what she said. Was that last year's? And these two are the new ones that just came in. So that's last year's 2023.
Since June 2020.
Yeah. This is one from Jeremy. These have to be signed tonight?
Think so. It's not even the new year yet.
Just like
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
Yeah. since they just come in, I'd really like a chance without taking up everybody's time. Took last year's rates and this year's rates and, which I don't see a lot of change. You don't see a lot of price increase, which is great.
Mhm.
Is that all right with you?
Yep.
Okay, yep. Okay, next constable report. And I think somebody's been very busy.
Maybe yesterday. Working the old about the beach, with that open head. No parking tickets. That's good. Three vehicles, had, stickers. And then skip yesterday, it was so hot. And I didn't want to, I figured the town was open, she could, give them a chance to go to holiday, something yesterday. And today we do that. There's somebody that was trying to big up with disappeared, that's good. And,
Complaining that,
but,
well, we have a parking permit they need to buy.
just some care of it. First to do that. And, part of it, we all, that's what we saw. Deal with it, the whole parking lot, was all taken out. And all these cars, there's no room if I wanted to, with the park up above them, cars. I don't know. So. Driveway, they're coming off, walking off. This shed. There's people trying to use that.
They were coning off a parking spot?
No, not coming off.
Oh, right, okay.
Were there people parking in the church spot?
They were parked lengthwise instead of like this.
I talked to Randy Brad, who the driver people are in the parking lot, get away without buying a beach pass, I wanna talk to him and say, hey. Was there a certain vehicle that you're not supposed to be parking in your driveway, that's his driving the house? I don't know if we just letting people do it, or if we're doing it, if they think that as part of the park, you know, beach operating.
Right, they still need a beach pass because they're going to the beach.
Right,
No,
so
it's a
thank you.
parking.
Parking pass, excuse
You
me.
need to
Oh,
talk to Landon.
gotcha.
Make sure that vehicles aren't, it's, you know, out to the. Consistently, they're all. In this parking lot line right up to,
Okay,
it's just problems, I can't go put stick, you know.
no, you can't.
If he's not aware of it, just being nice, maybe, you know, we could do something about it. Maybe let him know, hey. Right,
Would it be helpful to take some of those like spray cans that's got the, it's like washable, it washes off after like 10 rainstorms and mark some jury rig some parking spots to get people to park the right way? I think we need to do that. Yeah. Do we have money in the budget to get a couple of those cans?
There's no more money in the expense budget. for the-
Right.
We
For
have
July?
ARPA, but that, I don't think spray paint is a good item for the ARPA money.
No, not. So do we have some miscellaneous maintenance amount? I don't mean for now. I'm talking about July 1st.
Yep, we budgeted 3,000, I think, gonna be.
Okay. So, if we can, get that ordered and paid for in July.
Thinking with the money that we have for next year.
Yep.
Yeah, since we got a new building, we got the materials to fix the,
The walkway, boardwalk.
Labor, maybe 20, 30 hours, do all that work.
Yep,
Maybe we can get some picnic tables, made of cement, do it down that night, just.
right,
We can't throw it in the water or set it on fire.
right. Yeah, I totally understand that. Okay,
I love the beach yesterday, we should probably give it over that walkway or something. He gravel, because some of those rocks are pretty, I threw a line and lose its wheels.
Oops.
They're like 2-inch, 3-inch rock on top. But if you skim coat it, you know what it is there. Granite dust. Yeah, I mean, it would be a lot. I mean, it's good base, not that you know. There's someone left the line in the middle of the path because the rock. It was sitting on.
gotcha.
It was all mud and paint.
Right. Well, yeah. Last year it was underwater this time. All righty. We'll move forward. Oh, just to wrap up, you have a log of people. So as if the same people come back and don't have a pass, we'll have to move them through the fine process. Okay. Or the towing process. All right. Code enforcement officer report. Which we've
I
got.
just have the complaint. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's. About him or is it him?
I was looking for the, I know I got in my email, how many. Permits and stuff. Okay. All right, ACO report. She will be meeting with her, July 2nd, so hopefully we'll have her reports in then. Okay, planning board report. Do we have anything from planning board? Anyone here from planning board?
It was just. This complaint, how we're gonna move forward on the link lot ordinance.
Who's that from?
It's not in your packet.
It's this one. So, because we, at town meeting turned down the LD 2003, which was Article 14, I believe. As of July 1, we will effectively be, adhering to the new state law. But we will be moving forward to be hopefully building our new, comprehensive plan and, be using that to build our information for making changes.
Will you be doing the comprehensive plan committee?
That's what we're hoping. We've been so fortunate to have Peggy Matthews do so much work, but the plan, the comprehensive plan that was set up was in 2008, 16 years ago. It's never been finished. It's never been followed up on. And things have drastically changed since 2008. And so I think we're probably gonna need to start a brand new comprehensive plan based on the needs of today and where our town stands on where new growth areas are or whatever the committee and hopefully lots of feedback and input from the community. So. Well, they had designated ones way back in 2008. That doesn't mean that's what the growth areas are gonna be in the new comprehensive plan.
Letters went out to every one of them, like my daughter's corner is one, this area is one. Wherever there's clustered ones.
Okay. Ordinance Committee. I don't think they've met recently. I think they met last month and Cindy already gave a report.
26.
They meet the 26th, okay. Fire warden report? Nothing, okay. Treasurer's report, bank reconciliation. Right here. I'm waiting for her to pass it to me. This is kind of like a little state of the union of, for our general fund checking what our balance is.
Mhm.
What went,
I
what,
actually looked at that
oh, you
today.
did, good for you, good girl.
Includes in the trust fund savings accounts and the
The
trust fund savings accounts and that, all
Okay.
the interest on the CDs goes into.
As a matter of, record, what did we make for interest last month?
98.
Yeah, $9,800 came in on interest. When we changed to Northeast Bank, the numbers are so much more than where we were. It's really great.
Balance is up there right now, but
We're
By
gonna take
December.
30,000 out of there, right?
by December, yeah.
How are boat and ATV registrations going? How about parking passes?
I gave the constable a list today of quite a few.
Excellent. That's a school, 121,631. School.
Just take enough people to move it out.
I've already seen all these checks. 10 votes, I think. It was super close. Most of the checks we have out there have gotten cashed.
There's a list and there's
Yeah.
not many on them.
No, there isn't. And it says Field Electric is at our generator. Did they fix it?
Was it 17?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it has. Yeah, it's all fixed.
So our generator is fixed, so when we don't have power here, she will have power. So Leanne has the power,
Hey, Darren. What's he waiting for?
yeah. We lost ours last night for a few hours.
$1,769 out of the CD, which will be a penalty. And put that put into the month.
Okay. Okay, awesome. And here's the last one, it's the cemetery. $5,010.90. Was the CD that we have. Initial and date. Let me get this back together for her. Thanks. Excellent. All right, moving on. Cemetery Committee Report, and I have seen a lot of activity going on up there. Yeah,
He hasn't included any of us, he's been doing it all on his own without us.
Well, that's not a conversation. Unless you know that.
Yeah. but it is our town's cemetery.
I just don't feel like that. Ask people. about it. Cemetery. But if you want, right?
Yeah,
Um,
it looks
I have
lovely.
two things left there, and then I want to send something possible to get, to try to finish that. Within the next few weeks, we'll get out of this.
Yeah.
You'll be back for the next one.
Leanne,
I don't know if you're done, but don't forget about, Sparrow and that gentleman.
Yeah, I still haven't, Chris hasn't gotten back to me, and that's the key player for determining that. He being written for that grade, we need to determine a better grade, that Chris is instrumental in determining how we need to lay it out. So I know that this is a busy time for him and his business, so I will try to get a hold of him to at least try to get together and do something that he understands that individual that the plot he paid.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and he didn't want his money back, so I'm gonna transfer that money to the cemetery savings, but I don't want.
to do that without
I don't want to leave
resolution.
Mine and then have to back it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't forgotten about it, but I need Chris Brad, to confirm that an area doesn't have any
Yeah.
barriers, so we can create lots.
The fiscal year is coming to an end, and so cemetery committee, you have a person that's terming out that you want to invite to stay on your committee?
Yes.
Miss, is that all right? He stays? Mr. Goulet, would you like to continue on the committee? Okay,
Wait till it brings-
what's that?
wait till it brings-
Yes, yeah, okay. Solid Waste Committee on bulky waste pickup day. Hopefully, anyone see the trucks out there? Stuff's being collected. Couple of calls came in, but hopefully resolved.
They gave up one.
Excellent. So yours got picked up fine. We had the smallest pile ever. Rusty had an old riding lawn tractor and an old inflatable float that we had out there. That was it.
Donor.
Yes, the donor. Yeah.
They load her out so I can fix my Sears.
Yes, okay, perfect. The Kathy Craftsman. All right. Is there anything that regarding solid waste that anybody would like to share, or can we move forward? All right, calendar reminders. The Solid Waste Committee meets June 26th at 6:30 right here. The Planning Board meets July 1st right here, which is on a Monday. The Selectmen's Meeting, because of the July 4th holiday, it would have been on July 4th, and the Selectmen decided that we'd meet on July 2nd, which is a Tuesday. Okay, and it says 7 o'clock, but it will be at 6:30 right here. We do have an employee review at 6, so if we make you, hopefully we will not be tardy, but. All right, and the town office will be closed July 4th, which is a Thursday. Okay, good. All right, unfinished business, employee reviews. Is Kathy Landry on? I mean Kathy Lowe on yet? Okay. We would like to do, Steve Ellsman's review tomorrow morning after Kathy Lowe returns tonight. I had already mentioned to her that, asked her what her schedule looked like, and she is available. And Kathy, you're available, you said?
What time are you thinking, Steve?
Could we do 8 o'clock? How does that look for you? Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we're having a mini select board review tomorrow morning at 8 AM. Right here.
I second that.
Excellent. All in favor? Full beans. We still have our ACO who had car trouble, so animal control officer is July 1st. Who else do we have? July 2nd, sorry. I would like to make a motion to meet our ACO at 6 PM on July 2nd.
I second that.
Great, all in favor? Who else do we need to do a review for?
That's everyone who's not enlisted.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Open session, and I would like to start open session. Back a few months ago, we were asked by the Bear Mountain Riders ATV Club if they could put an informational board down by the railroad bed so that they could put trail information. It would be open for the Canton High Riders to put snowmobile information in the wintertime there, community announcements or challenges on a trail or trail changes, that type of thing. The select board asked, we were in favor of it, but the select board asked to see some sort of design or idea of what they did before they did it and where they wanted to place it. So we received this really cool looking, very similar to what the main state parks use. It's a plexiglass enclosed board that you can open up and put things in, but it's watertight. It's got a little roof on it, and yeah, you want to pass it around? It would actually, if you're looking at the walking trail, the railroad bed, it would be on the left-hand side. So that when the groomer comes through in the winter, the way they turn, it wouldn't knock the sign over. It also is a good spot that people can see it from the road as an information board. So it'd be a good place to post like activities like swimming lessons are coming up, or, you know, a potluck supper, or ATV gathering. And
What if
You like it?
You don't have to touch the ceiling first.
I would suggest you get. It's a nice community board, I think. I really like it. Do
I
you
do
like
too.
it?
Yeah.
So I'd like to make a motion that we accept the plan that the ATV Club has put forward for the Community Information Board and trail map down front.
I will second.
It's open session.
Oh, I don't,
You've already approved it.
oh, we already proved it earlier. Great, then we don't need to. You're in. We'll do the board. All right, is there anything else for open session? Yes,
I guess it's more of a question I'd like to ask to be, at town meeting, I know at one point the meeting we start taxes were going to go up, and then we had a bunch of other articles come up. What is the mill rate going to be? Do you know that yet? Are we the same as last year or higher or lower?
Using last year's valuation, which will change, will go up. It was 19.38, I think, was the budget everyone approved. But it may be lower,
And what was last year?
19.4.
Okay. So pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
I think a little lower.
what about homestead allowance? Is that gonna change? We don't know.
Our values are getting down there, so our homestead amounts are getting lower and lower. When we have a reval, they'll go back up.
Okay. Okay. All right, we'll keep moving forward. For something else on open session, everybody online is all good? No hands?
We can't hear.
Okay. The comment said they could not hear you well.
Oh.
All right, next is, for new business, is the fee schedule. We had a, after the, we had a fee schedule that, was approved. We had a session, general public session, right after the town meeting. Thank you for those that were able to stay after. And we had adopted a fee schedule, or at least public session, then approved, and so it's here in my packet. Reviewed, excuse me. And so I would like to make a motion that we go with the fee schedule we reviewed on Saturday after town meeting.
I
Make that-
will second that.
All in favor? Okay. So moved. Do I need to initial this or anything? You're all good.
You want to, I'll give you this one. I'll give you-
Mhm. Thank you. All right, wage approvals. Wage approvals for 24-25. I just want to mention that the select board and asked for everyone to have a 3% raise, and there are some folks that got that, and there are some folks that in the review process got other raises. So do we need to review all the? Look in my packet.
If you want to make changes. You have it.
I do. I saw it earlier. Looking for it. Not there. Must be in this packet.
You just need to go over the budget and now, really.
There it is. I got it.
One of those, the CEO,
Yep.
that got above and beyond. You got a raise above the 3%, even with complaints that you got. He was given that. Is that
I believe it was actually a 3.2% raise is what we recommended, and that's what we did across the board. So as long as we stick with what we've got here on here, we can stay within our budget, correct? Okay. The maintenance position we're doing tomorrow, so we will have to adopt any changes to that at our next select board meeting. Okay, and ACO. Okay,
So are you going to approve any of these tonight?
yes, you want me to go line by line? Or
Yeah.
approve all but,
Okay,
I would like to approve all but the ACO and the maintenance position
as written.
as written. And then after we finish those two reviews, we can put the other two forward. That would be my motion.
I will second that motion.
All in favor? Okay,
So can you just mark them and sign this for now, so some of us can continue?
can you believe that? Okay. Right, next on the agenda. Disbursement policy payroll for state fees. And this is an annual thing that we sign, correct?
It needs a motion and you need to decide B, C, or D, who can approve payroll and state fee checks before a meeting.
Okay. So, I'd like to make a motion that any one of the select board members can approve payroll and or state checks so that we can pay them in the time frame that is required. That's like the Monday morning payroll and then
Mhm.
state fees.
Is that right? Hmm.
This is the one you can.
Oh, that's the one we gotta sign. Did you second that?
I have not yet. I'm looking at which one did you choose? Was it
Oh.
mine?
Did you second the motion?
No, she
I
didn't.
have not.
Oh, sorry. You chose B, right? Oh, you suggested B, Susan.
I suggested be any one of the select board.
Okay. All right, I will go ahead and second that one.
This is when you want me to us to sign.
If you could just circle choose. Down vote.
She seconded that. All in favor? Do I need to sign both of these?
Payroll must be submitted before 2 p.m. each Monday, unless it's a holiday. I usually do it
Friday.
Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Someone put it around.
Yep. So just so people are aware, payroll gets approved for the previous week every single Monday. And so a select board member needs to go and review payroll and sign for it before it can be called in and processed. So every Monday, a select board member goes to the town office and reviews that. So luckily, once in a while, it's me, but luckily Kathy Landry and Kathy Lowe live very local and have their business close by, so. But I come when she needs me. That's good. Okay. Next is the winter sand bid process.
The road commissioner is going to be at the next meeting. He called today and said he didn't really want to put it up to bid yet.
Well, we're concerned that the prices are gonna go up and up and up, and we're trying to save money. This is Mr. Potting. This is Mr. Yep. Can we not get a bid process started and get it written? Like similar to the one we just put out earlier? Ken?
Someone,
Oh, good. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Glad you're back safe, or at least almost.
Yeah. Just landed.
Very cool. We're talking about the sand bid process. And trying to get a bid packet sent out. Ben will be at next
Yep.
month's meeting for July 2nd, but we were kind of hoping to get it moving so that we can get the lowest price we can.
Yep.
So are you on board with getting bid packets ready and sent out?
Yep. Ben will, be ready, shouldn't he, by then?
Okay. Well, we'll pull together what we need and of course, Ben will get a packet too. So,
Yep. Sounds good.
okay, do we need to vote?
Yeah, I need to know when they're gonna be due. You want the same 5,000 yards of winter sand?
David Bowen. Do we want to do and I know, I say this because I know you know a lot more about roads than I do. Do we want to put a bid out for 5,000 yards of sand, which is what we normally do, or are we gonna do something less, or
Two.
up to 5,000? Okay, okay, which is how we got a full sand shed right now. So our biggest concern is what if we need some and we don't want to be buying it in November?
What's that now?
Oh, March, yeah. David Bowen mentioned that, we have a lot of sand right now and we might not need to put the bid out yet, but I said, my concern is that the prices will go up and up as winter gets closer,
Right, right,
so. And we don't want to be putting it out like in November for March or anything,
right.
so. Up to 5,000, which means if we don't need it, we don't have to buy it all.
Right.
Okay,
We're gonna stockpile it outside too and use that up first.
yeah. Well, the goal is to empty that sand shed so that we can, get the maintenance done that we need to,
Right.
so. Okay,
That won't likely.
what'd she say?
Nothing. Never
Oh.
mind.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'll do it. I thought you were gonna do it. No. I'd like to make a motion that we get, sand bids, packets set out so they can go out by, like July. Let's see if we meet the second, like July, go out by July 10th and back by August 1st. Is that enough time?
Newspaper furnished by 10.
Yeah. Yes, David.
Anything we budgeted 23.
Yep. Okay,
You want to change that number?
yeah. You mean change the 5,000 to 3,000 or?
Me, because you don't want to put it in a bid and then you never really gonna buy it.
Not really, the right,
Because you don't have the money.
yeah.
Kathy, did you say something, Kath?
No, I just couldn't hear what Dave was saying.
So Dave was saying that we budgeted for 23,000 is what was approved at town meeting. So should we even put 5,000 on that, knowing that we're probably not gonna buy that because it's not in the budget? We won't have the holdover like we do now. Because we want to
Right.
clean the building. So do we want to put the bid out
Right.
for 3,000 instead of 5? Up to 3,000? What do you think about that, Kathy?
I'm just thinking that depending on what the winter's gonna be.
Well, if it's $18 a yard. For 3,000, we need $64,000.
So we can put up the 45 if needed. A 4.
All right, we'll do 4.
We don't have the money for it.
If you just do 3.
But we don't.
We always come back. We always come back. Not very much, much more. You got sand left over from last,
We have a full shed right now.
so let's just go with it.
Okay, so I make a motion, we put sand bids together for July 10th to be back by August 1st. and post it in the paper. And for up to 3,000 tons, yards.
Yeah.
Yards. Okay,
I will second that.
all in favor? Kathy,
Aye.
wave your hand, we can't see you.
I said
Aye,
aye.
thank you. Okay, we have a new private road name and it's Admiral Way. And it's in our packets.
Actually, please,
Yep, it
I gave
is.
you it now.
You did.
They have a survey if you want to see it. It's, Steve Henderson's driveway. They're getting a piece of land from Rosie and Ed, so there'll be 2 residences on that driveway.
So they have to name it, but it's still a private, that they take care of that driveway.
But you have to approve the name.
The name Admiral Way. Do we have any problems with Admiral Way? Sounds good to me. Let's see. Oh, it's taped. That's why. So that should be it right here on the side. Okay, I make a motion that we accept the name Admiral Way for the new 2-family driveway.
I second that.
Kathy, do you agree with letting them have the name Admiral Way?
Yeah, yeah, that's all right.
Okay, they were gonna name it the Kathy Low Way, but they
Yeah,
decided.
yeah, right. I don't think so.
Oh, no. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes. Okay. Da, 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 da. Next is ordinance work list. And so we've been talking about adding things to the ordinance committee, including just recently talking about the comprehensive plan and ordinances that would need to be updated. And so, I think the first thing is they were going to review, but didn't have a chance, what's it called? The ordinance for, Bonnie, help me, the for developments.
That's developments.
No, this this past year, we were going to, ordinance committee was gonna review the current developmental plan ordinance for developments, so our subdivisions. So I'd like for them to read that again and see if there's any change. That's the one.
Yeah, because of what happened on, so it was not the road standard ordinance separately, but the road standards portion of the subdivision.
So I'd like to put that on the ordinance committee list of things to look at. Also, regarding the comprehensive plan, there's ordinances in there that they'll need to be looking at, as well as the subdivision, the Article 14 that we turned down. So those 2 things, which is gonna be quite a project, but
We do have to update the administrative ordinance again, but
yes,
that'll be easy.
it's like ongoing every year. Steve, do you have an idea for the ordinance committee?
So, yeah, so for the comprehensive thing, is that for pre-development stuff?
Yes.
Do we set up a committee for that as well, privately, separately?
So a comprehensive plan, I think we're gonna end up starting from scratch versus using the 2008 plan. And the comprehensive plan committee consists of the chairs of each committee, as well as the 3 select board members. So the head of the planning, head of ordinance, head of, who am I missing? Appeals. Road commissioner, town clerk, and the select board. So, but to me, we want as much community involvement as possible. to pull ideas and stuff in, so. Okay, I'm not sure if that's like a committee, but we do want to bring in public input and public ideas, Steve, so. Absolutely. Yes, Ken?
Could I make a suggestion on the work that's on road committee ordinance that, during a hearing, I brought up, the road committee ordinance and I was told that it didn't pertain to the Darrington Road. So I'd like to define, if it doesn't apply to Darrington Road, and no one answered my question during the hearing, then what does the road ordinance pertain to? What roads does it pertain to if it doesn't apply?
So we need clarification of
What road
what roads,
apply, does apply to this particular? But in the ordinance, it says discontinue with the next road. It spells it out in the ordinance.
in our ordinance. It's like two sections there.
So I was told it didn't pertain to it, even though it had that wording in the ordinance. So
So,
that means, I feel it needs clarification. I would suggest you have that ordinance.
I think that's important because otherwise every single winter closed winter maintenance road could be open next year. So we want to make sure that,
Don't have that pertain to roads that may. It's my take on it, but this is suggestion.
what do you think about that? Okay?
mhm.
Yep. Richard, do you have something you'd like to share or question?
I just wondered if Kathy Lowe realized your change in time for the meetings at 6:30.
Yes, I do, Richard.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so that's quite a work list for the ordinance committee, and I see that Peggy just joined because I had asked the ordinance committee in our last meeting to make sure that they're working with Peggy as they update ordinances. We need to go back to the I didn't know if that was the gentleman regarding the driveway concern.
Oh, no. Can you put that in the
Yes.
Excuse me, I've raised my hand 3 times and it keeps disappearing.
Hi, Lenny. Go on
Hi.
in. Yeah.
I'm just want to be sure that I didn't hear the whole meeting because I was on my phone, but the current comprehensive plan is what we have to follow until we have another one. You can't just say we're not going to do it.
Right.
Also,
Was that we start again because it's 16 years old and we didn't ever finalize it or follow it for the last 16 years.
but you can't just say you're going to ignore it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I
It
didn't say
is
we're
the
gonna ignore it.
comprehensive.
I didn't say we were gonna ignore it. I said we're gonna.
No, I'm not accusing you of ignoring it. I didn't hear the discussion. So what I'm saying is, I hope that was part of it, that you understand that the current comprehensive plan is what we follow until we have another.
Well, I think the whole plan, the whole idea of the comprehensive plan is meeting today's needs versus 2008. So there's
No.
gonna be a lot of work
No.
to set that in
Okay,
place so that we can.
maybe someone can check out the law. I hope we stay in compliance with law.
Yep, because July 1st, we're gonna be complying to the state law until we revise ours.
Right, and you do realize because that article was voted down that we have no limit on the size that people can add to their properties.
Yep, which is why we're gonna hopefully set a date before we even leave this meeting for our first meeting.
Great,
Yes,
okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, building access. I would like to take this opportunity since we've got some change in leadership and we've had a broken door that we get our maintenance guy, which happens to be our constable and our care provider, to look at these doors, the two front doors. I don't know if they'll need to be rekeyed or what, but I want to review all the locks and make sure everything works the way it's supposed to, including the garage lock. And because I have a hard time closing these doors out front and opening them. I think that's a great idea. Peggy.
I have a very hard time with that door. I probably never did it in the car.
Exactly, exactly. I think we just need to be looking at that access and, I mean, I know there's times it's gonna be human error along the way. Somebody's gonna forget to lock the door, somebody's gonna forget to unlock the door, or we can't get the door open, or we close it so hard because it won't close that we break it. And all those things have happened. So I just think it's a really, it's a good time to do that. And if that means new doors or rekeying or coming up with a different type of entry so that we don't have those issues. Do I need to make a motion for that or?
If it costs money, I guess so.
We have funds after July 1 for for some building maintenance,
We have some, but not as much as current.
okay? So I make a motion that we look at the doors and the door locks and see if replacements and what we're gonna need, or whether we can just change the locking mechanism so that they open and close better, but I'm not-
I'll second that.
all right. Kathy, did you hear? Kathy Lowe?
I,
Hi. I'm asking that
Did you
just made a motion for to work on the doors so that they open and close better, whether that be the locks or the doors, or to come up with a better way, because the building access, it's really hard to get these doors
right,
open and closed. So I have a
Right.
motion and I have a second.
I second it.
Oh, good. Perfect. All in favor?
All right,
Excellent. Thank you, Steve.
Every single person, no, the door in the town office was put back the same way, but every single person has a hard time getting out of there. And I was told by MMA, if there was a screen door, it would be legal, but right now it's not legal. It has to open out. I don't know if we can change something. We don't have any money in this current year.
This is for the front door here.
Yeah, every single person.
town office.
Okay. Well, let's figure out how we can fix that. And that door has to open out, not in.
Posted with no screen door, I guess.
But if the screen door would open and then you open,
That's what I. But
yeah, I'd say screen
we
doors.
didn't budget for it.
$110 for brand new screen door.
We didn't change the door. Not enough room inside, and that door opens up, there's just not enough room. Really needs to go out. That's so proud of you. When you get 2, 3 people in the rooms.
Okay, so why don't we, instead of making a motion to buy something, can Steve and Leanne?
You can turn the door up. Probably pins will be accessible on the outside to break the pin, just not pins out, and then something about the bottom, something.
Can you look at that and get back to us at our next meeting in 2 weeks?
But there's a screen still on the wall.
In the end,
Well, it's the combo, the screen, combo of the wall.
And then you can have some air come through.
We have the money.
And that's the one where
Leanne.
the glass comes down so you can have screen and. Yeah,
Definitely seeing some-
yes, Kathy.
yeah, that, door to the town office, I think it's illegal right now the way it is. It's gotta be pushed open out.
That's what we're looking at, either to do that or purchase a multi-storm door, but I figured if we get Steve to look at it, get back to us for July 2nd meeting, we can make a decision then and know what it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Poor Steve. A lot on your plate. Okay, town hall use. We've got a couple of things coming back to back here. It has been asked for the town hall to use for a fundraiser by a select woman. That'd be you. To do a fundraiser for the rec committee swim team. Swimming program, to raise some funds to either do something down at the beach or the rec committee. And we went through MMA to see if we could move those funds and allocate it. And so that it would go where we wanted it to. And there's a lot of time constraints because all the funds in this fiscal year needs to be spent or it goes to general fund. So if funds are raised, we will need to make sure they're ready to be spent when they're earned. Is that a yes? You would accept that? And is there something that you guys think you might want to purchase with your fundraising?
I don't know, I'd be curious to some of the 3,000 came up for the beach fund as well. My understanding is that our pay is coming out of some of that.
Susan, when they can hear.
So, I don't know, depending on how many students we have, what our budget is going to be like, since it's the first year we've done it. We've already purchased some life-saving equipment, but I know there's beach improvements being done, so. Those are only come from, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Do we need to spend before the light?
That's what we're saying. Right?
You can say it as tuition, some of the to help them. When we do it as a scholarship fund for the next one, not, we're not necessarily to allow.
Right. Kathleen?
No, I was just wondering if you were doing that fundraiser, part of it was for tuition for some of the kids from the Hartford residents to be able to, that can't afford it or.
Right, we want to allocate it where it's needed. It sounds like right now all of the swim lessons are covered. Is that true, Dana?
We're not registering for the lot.
Okay.
If it, this fundraiser for us, for the swimming program, would it make sense to do it after July 1st? So that it goes on to, like, this coming year, so then for scholarships, for the, like, for the kids that come to sign up, that we can use it right then, or for next season, what, you know, like.
I'm good with either.
Yes, Leanne.
Well, the legal advice says if the town will be establishing a scholarship fund, the town's legislative body, the voters, to adopt an ordinance telling the procedures for administrating the fund. So that gets complicated.
What about signage when you do your swim lessons? Like, because the beach is still open when you do your swim lessons and it's going to be near the end of July. Do you think it would be helpful to have a couple of little easel signs that are weatherproof that said swimming lessons in progress? So when people come, they'll know that swimming lessons, you can put one coming down the trail or when they get on the beach. Because some people might say, oh, this is not a good day to go, or here they are, so don't come in the middle of the swim lessons while we're doing swim lessons.
Is there, with the movies were purchased, I know last year, it was our first year, Elizabeth and Ramsey put in another movie that split the swim area, so we were separate from down the boat. I didn't have the number of the movies.
I'm moving it off the whole waterfront, right to the railroad trust.
Okay,
We're working on putting it all up.
but it's one big area,
Yeah,
right?
I'll have enough rope and enough weed, I can make a divider and put it wherever you want.
Can you work with Steve to get that divider up where you want it during lessons?
I'm just thinking, is there any less for the unique, a lot of rest of the community, we love the flag and, I like the sign and the.
Just because it's so much later than we've done them before,
Yeah.
that the beach could be pretty busy and you want to make sure we have, you know, like,
I mean, we can always do, we could always, you know, those goals, we could always do.
We're doing it to support you, so whatever you need, if we need to delay it, we can do that.
Why were you planning on doing it before?
Well, we wanted to kind of piggyback with Hartford Heritage Society's yard sale and just kind of bring some life back to town, and so.
You guys have to say, kind of, I have no idea what it's.
Sorry.
when there's a big group of people that's already gonna be at the yard sale, we could be promoting a breakfast. And building community for you versus doing it here in the middle of the summer where,
Thinking.
Dave,
So currently, the rec committee is not part. Right?
we just voted,
Well, the ordinance was accepted at town meeting,
At town meeting, or like,
town meeting. I'm pretty sure it's approved.
wasn't technically any funds to go over the right one, and I'm just thinking that if the funds were received after July from that's what they're about.
That's, yeah.
what if we started the fundraiser on the morning of the breakfast and did like a couple of raffle baskets at the same time, and we draw them July 2nd? And all the funds from those things. We can't do that.
No.
You know, I'm not sure I'd like you here anymore. No, just kidding. So happy you're here. Yeah, I know, it's complicated.
Ah,
You guys have savings for the yard sale? You have done something, the yard sale? You need items for the sale?
It's the Irish Museum's big sale. They always need items that are sellable. They're doing it down at the museum that day. And, I think if you reach out to Doreen Maxwell, or is there,
Rosie.
or Rosie, yeah. All right, we gotta make a decision here, girls. She wants to delay it.
Okay.
I think that, you know, like, if we don't spend all of it.
Can't hear nothing the crowd is saying.
Is there someone else hand up or no?
You purchase a gift card?
Yeah.
Gift card, buy a gift card at Walmart with money, and then use it. Or purchase some stuff. Leave it on the card.
That, my auditor's not gonna like that.
Well, they'd like to do it. I don't mind waiting. That's fine.
Okay, we're gonna table the fundraiser till after. And we're fundraising for you, not just fundraising, letting
That's
people
not
know
it.
that it's the same. It's gonna be a great program and Okay, we're moving forward now. Okay, next on the agenda is town hall use. So the ATV Club would like to host the State of Maine Fish and Wildlife education course right here in person, which are really hard to find. They've been few and far between since COVID. And it would be on July 20, I think it's the 29th or something like that, 28th. It's Saturday. And it would be providing education from the Fish and Game Department and certification. It's all day. And the state of Maine would be doing the course. ATV Club are gonna feed all the kids that come, promoting safety for young people that might want to ride. They have to have the course. And the young people have to have an adult with them to take the course. So they can help reinforce following the rules. And it's only $10 and it includes lunch. And they sign up actually through the state. And this would be the host site. ATV Club is willing to be the certified host and they do have a liability policy.
Hey, Mom.
Hold on. So I guess the question is, can we host that State of Maine education workshop here? And the ATV Club can pay, has their liability policy. Do we want to charge the ATV Club to do that? Or because they're providing a public education from the state, do we want to let them use the hall?
Oh, I make a motion to let them use the hall.
Okay, I second that. Let them use the hall with their liability.
They have their own liability
And-
insurance.
With liability and no fee.
No fee. I second that. Kathy?
I agree.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
They need to fill out the form.
Yeah,
The instructions on how to.
Right. you got it. Appointments and resignations, annual appointments.
When you get to.
Okay. So, cemetery committee. You recommended, continuing nominating Rusty Goulet to stay, have another 3-year term.
Yep.
I nominate Rusty Goulet to stay on the cemetery committee.
I second that.
Okay, Kathy, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Rusty, you'll need to go to town office and, oh, you've got the form right here.
There are a ton of them. That's great too.
Okay, right here, we have, a message from Leslie Voness. And, let's see. The Board of Appeals needs the following reappointments. The appointment of Tony Piricello as a regular member for a term of July through June 30th, 2029. And the appointment of Tom Rodrigue as alternate member for the term of July 2024 to June 2025. You second that
I
nomination?
will second that.
Okay, all in favor for the appeals board? Great. Kathy? Tony?
Aye.
and Okay, excellent.
Aye.
Thank you. Who else do we have here?
These are the start of the.
We have, I figured they were right there, easy. Easy peasy. I do have a list in here, right? This is it? Okay. Okay. We have a lot of stuff to do, and I don't know if we're gonna get through it tonight, so, because I'm not gonna keep everybody long. All right, selectmen's all set. And so I would like to appoint, do I really have to do this for you too? I'd like to make a nomination that Leanne Bedard be our town clerk, tax collector, and treasurer.
There's a bunch of them, I have all this.
Oh, that would be way easier. Okay, so I would like for the term of June 30th, I mean, through the term of June 30th, 2025. Is there actually three: town clerk, treasurer, and tax collector? Emergency 911, that's, no. You do that too? Holy moly. Public access officer? Because Dan La Rochelle is gonna stay. Did you know that? Yeah. Election warden? That's you again? Secret agent? No, that's, what's that? It says MV agent. Motor vehicle agent, secret agent was better. IFW agent, that is inland fisheries and wildlife. The assistant for to the Board of Selectmen. There we go. Are you willing? So I nominate you for all those positions.
I second it. Do you accept?
All in favor? Of Leanne
Aye.
doing all the jobs, okay. And you do accept, right, Leanne? Whew. All right, thank the Lord. Next appointment is Scott Mills as Code Enforcement Officer. I was just trying to, I'm gonna give her back. Oh, you want that back?
Yeah.
Already? Okay. I nominate Scott Mills to be our Code Enforcement Officer.
I second.
All in favor of Scott Mills being our Code Enforcement Officer?
Aye.
Okay. What is LDI?
FBI,
Oh,
licensed plumbing inspector.
I nominate Scott Mills to be our licensed plumbing inspector. Also,
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Do we write Scott Mills on here?
Are you pressing the button?
Right,
Okay.
well, I'm going through the whole packet.
See what the temperature is here now.
No, not yet. She'll make sure we do. Okay. Next is health officer and where's the emergency, the other job that he does? Dan La Rochelle.
I didn't
Exit
go out.
safety. Is it, is it on the same paper?
It should be, it's order, no?
There's health officer, that goes to ACO. Wait, I can get the EM director, here it is. All right. I would like to nominate Dan La Rochelle, who we met with this evening, it was a great meeting, as our upcoming health officer through 2025 and our emergency management director through June 30th, 2025.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Let me share. What?
Okay. There's more. That's it. Okay. I would like to nominate Ronnie Sue, Vashon as our animal control officer through, should I do that? Or can we wait till after her review?
July 2nd.
Yes,
Um, You might wanna wait if it's not gonna cause a problem. Children employee review. It's up to you guys.
we're gonna wait. Okay. Okay, so where it says planning board, is that for Peggy?
Did you miss? Are you skipping constable?
I didn't see it in here. Wait, everybody's up. on No.
We have to serve and-
No, I'm ready to nominate him. I just can't find him.
Are you asking about the planning board?
That's coming right up after I do this one.
I thought that. I had a term. Well, it's full. I didn't get to read it.
They expire. What? They expire. It's not.
Each
forever.
term expires. We're assuming you're gonna stay. Okay. Yeah. So, I would like to nominate Steve Ellsman to continue as constable through June 2025. You accept that, Steve, if I do that?
All right, I will second.
All right, all in favor of Steve Ellsman continuing as constable?
Aye.
Okay,
No, it's not Peggy, that's her.
Oh.
That's why she's asked.
oh, no wonder she's confused, because it's us that are confused. All right, who's up on planning board?
Donald.
Donna Perone?
Donald.
Donald Perone. Donald Perone is up for planning board. Do you know if he wants to continue, Peggy?
I think so.
Okay, I nominate,
Planning and continue being the secretary. We discussed
okay, but he wants to stay on the planning. Great. So we'd like to move that Donald Perone stay on the planning board for the next group, which is through June 30th, 2029.
Oh, a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And it's Donald Perone.
Perrone. Sign first.
Okay. Um, I would, next is road commissioner, so it is,
Road committee.
oh, road committee. Oh, we've just been going through the books and stuff. We're not ready to make nominations for committees. Is there someone up?
No.
There's no one up for, okay, can I table road committee? Or do we need to, well, we actually need to move forward.
Ordinance committee's good, road committee, Jennifer Gary.
And she wants to stay on. I already asked her. Is her term up? Okay, I would like to ask Jennifer Garrigan to continue on the road committee, and she'd already told me she wanted to. Would you second that
I
nomination?
will second that.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
How do you spell her last name?
G-A-N-I-G-A-N.
Garrigan. Excellent. Okay, the LF Irish Trust, who are we looking at there? I'm counting on you to tell me everything there. Leanne. I'm looking for it now, because I don't know where I am. Second to the last page. That's that one. Okay, Laura Fogg Irish Trust. Okay, and let's see. David Bowen is the first one. Would David Bowen like to continue to serve on the LF Irish Trust Fund? Wonderful. There's a lot here, huh? Okay, I nominate David Bowen to continue on the LF Irish Trust.
A second?
All in favor?
I,
Okay. And also on there is Teresa Hinckley. I haven't had a chance to talk to her. There's actually Teresa Hinckley, Marguerite Dudley, Keith LaRochelle, and Mark Mumar. We haven't had a chance to talk to these folks yet to see if they want to continue. Do we just want to nominate them and call them after, or? David, how often do you guys meet? So a couple times a year? Okay,
Thank you. The trust fund that's there for people in need, we use it, give $300 donations if someone's in dire need.
I would like to renominate all these awesome folks that have been doing a good job. Which is Teresa Hinckley, Marguerite Dudley, Keith LaRochelle, and Mark Mumar for the next upcoming term, which is just 1 year.
I will second that.
All in favor? Did you see what I did there?
One
I got 5 done at one time. I am good. And it's the LF Trust. This is the EH Trust. So here's all the LFs. Okay, next we have trustees of the Evelyn Hutchins Trust Fund, which is a 1-year term. On there is Lorraine Parsons, Lee Fernal, and Arthur Harvey. Have you talked to any of those folks?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
Lee's moving.
Lee is moving,
Mhm.
so we know that she will not be doing it. So, I'm gonna nominate Lorraine and Arthur, and we'll try to find someone else, unless there's someone in this room that would like to serve on that trust fund. It's only 1-year term.
The money helps out the Harper Center Cemetery. This baby earns interest, it goes into the savings. There's really not much to do unless somebody wants to spend the money out of savings.
You're willing to? Oh, that'd be awesome, since you're already doing one. Dave Bowen. And did Arthur Harvey and Lorraine Parsons, I mean, are they active on the committee? Do we know?
I don't remember ever spending money on that account, so probably not.
Would you be willing to, if Lorraine Parsons is not interested, or Arthur Harvey, can I put you in there? I'm gonna call them both tonight. If we get out at, Lorraine Parsons, I can't call her this time. She'll get mad at me. She's already in bed.
We're waiting on this.
Yeah, we're gonna wait on those, the other two, because, okay. But I nominate Dave Bowen, as a trustee of the Evelyn Hutchinson Trust Fund, 1-year term. And I need a second.
Oh, I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. It beats when you can just answer an email on a committee. Woo, that's awesome. Okay. We're moving on to ministerial. And it's trustees of the ministerial and school fund. It's a 1-year term. Leanne, you're currently on it, and like I said, 1-year term. Conrad Ray and Lee Fernald, and Lee Fernald is moving. Correct?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay. So we're gonna need, Leanne, will you continue?
Yep, my name is actually on the bank account. All I have to do is take the interest out January every year, split it between the town and the church, which is usually under $10.
So I nominate Leanne Bedard to do that incredibly auspicious work for her 1-year term.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So it looks like we're gonna have an open spot for the trustees of the ministerial and school fund. That's a wonderful option. Perfect. I'm gonna have you serve Lee Fernald's term.
Okay. I'd actually like to move that. It's always been separate. It was handed to me from Beulah, I think. It's always been not in the town books, but it needs to be.
We need to move it to the town books. How do we do that?
Could be forgotten.
Okay, so I would like to nominate Rebecca Ellsman to the ministerial. Let's see what the real name is, ministerial and school fund for 1-year term.
I will second that.
Yay, all in favor?
Aye.
You can tell when her light moves as I look over. Okay. And Conrad Ray, I'd like to nominate him to stay on that committee. Sounds like a riveting committee. I nominate Conrad Ray to stay on that trustees of the ministerial and school fund for a 1-year term.
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Awesome. All right, solid waste committee. Who do we have coming off?
Most good.
Yeah.
Nobody on solid waste.
There is an empty seat there.
There's an empty seat there. Do we have people in the book, or do we want to wait and do that the next meeting? Have a chance to go through it. and- I table, yes, hi. You're gonna, excellent. You don't even have to. I'm gonna fill it out right here. Is it just Jay? Is it? I nominate Jason Landry for the solid waste committee.
I second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Other one bites the dust. That is awesome. All right, we got recreation committee. And let's get over to that. What's her name? Dana. Dana, you're gonna serve on the recreation committee except for when you're teaching, right?
Sure.
Then you'll just be an advisor for 8 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, and then come back on.
I didn't hear you.
She said she'd abstain.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Or you could just not meet during swim lessons because you're not gonna have any time anyway. Yeah. So I nominate Dana to the rec committee.
I second.
Oh, good. All in favor?
Aye.
And what's Dana's, what's your last name? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is there anyone else here that would like to be on the rec committee?
You looked at the book, right?
Not yet.
I saw that in there.
I don't believe you need to be a resident of the department to be on that committee, it's similar to the
Correct.
cemetery.
You wanna be on it?
Because it's just a supporting committee. Not just, it's a very important committee. Look, people even want to raise money for you.
Okay. You wanna get a name? Get
Yeah.
paper for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else has signed up for rec committees that you check in? Yeah. What's her name?
Victoria, study, I don't have the ordinance.
All right, I nominate Victoria Wright to be a member of the Recreation Committee.
A second.
Oh, good. All in favor? I suggest you do not have
Aye.
any, you do not have any meetings during your swim lessons. Or else we'll take you off. Okay. We have a Bailey Rowe Johnson that would like to be on the Recreation Committee. And so I would like to nominate her.
I second.
All in favor of Bailey Rowe Johnson?
Aye.
Want me to set up the terms, but the first one you nominated was the 1 year.
Yep. Oops, that's this and this. Is there anybody else in there for rec committee?
No.
No, okay. We still have an open position for the Recreation Committee. You did, where are you? Oh, she just put it in front of me, I'm looking at the book. I would like to nominate Rebecca Ellsman to be on the Recreation Committee.
A second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
I apologize, I've been spelling Ellsman with 2 L's and I totally am sorry about that.
Oh,
Boom. All right, we still have an open position for Recreation Committee, but we can put the search out there and go through that. Okay, we have some other committees that have some openings and we still need to go through this book, so I hate the thought of,
the one.
oh, I'd like to nominate Vicky Brown for ballot clerk.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor of Vicky Brown being a ballot clerk?
Aye.
Okay. Is there any other ballot clerk or that's it?
Nope, it was just showed to me.
Excellent. I'm gonna put these in there, okay?
You know what I mean here.
Yes,
You postponing the vote for the road committee volunteers?
there's several folks in here. We just want to go through it, and look at the dates they came in so that we're being fair to everyone. So when people get nominated, does this go back in the book? Well, how do we know if they're already on something? We don't want to give them 20 jobs.
And you get contact information.
Oh,
It's like.
okay,
I would bundle these as well. You have one.
okay.
Mm. 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 Mhm.
I think we currently have two people on the road committee. Dave and Jen.
And then the buildings.
Steve was voted in on road committee too, so we have three. So I think we need to get a date out there. So we can start setting some priorities and we've got plenty of people to go through here for.
Eva and Dave Terrio, Catherine, lady, unless she moved.
She did move. That's, we heard she moved. Okay, we got the dates here. Did you put them in date order?
I just pulled them out.
Okay, Wesley Brown's was the very first person to put one in, and I know he's got road background, so. Wesley Brown.
Okay,
So I'd like to nominate Wesley Brown for the road committee.
I'll second.
All in favor of Wesley Brown?
Aye.
Okay. I think I have a blank form in there. Without,
It's AC.
sorry. And the second person,
Well, you have to accept the nomination. That's
Oh.
Showing Catherine, like. I'm showing her as a member. I don't know if she moved.
Has she expired? Has she expired?
No,
how many people are on the road committee?
on the road committee?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 plus Wesley.
It's 5. Okay. So that, can they have as many as they want, or is it just, no,
We can
5?
have 1 or 2 alternates. I don't even know what it is.
Okay, because
Can you
we've
send
got,
those to me? Rep. I'll put those in order of date.
you want the she just gave these back to me. She wants them in the
Oh,
book.
okay.
Okay, so we have 2 alternates for that committee.
Yes, we can, right? And we have to confirm that Catherine either lives here or doesn't live here.
Or if you have this doesn't live here, you need to accept the resignation or name her resignation. Something.
Well, Lee's the one who said that she was not,
Can we pend it? Is there a way we can move forward until we follow up on that?
yeah, we can, we'll hold off. We'll get, we already accepted Wesley Brown
Okay.
and we need 2 alternates. Do you need this form for Wesley Brown? Okay. And in chronological order, Al Borzelli. You're right, you filled it out that as an alternate.
I will second that.
Yeah. Al Borzelli on the road committee as an alternate. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, do we have another blanker?
Hate to.
So Borzelli, I'm gonna need another alternate. Thank you. I'm not gonna go back in there. Let's go by. Yeah, I got Steve's right there. David Terrio. May 18th, May 20. All right.
Being at the taillights.
David, what is it? Gohek? He's at Ricker Hill Road.
He just came in.
Oh, 6/20. Sorry, I thought it was May 20. Okay. All right, Ryan Road Johnson and And the next one is Diane de Blasio. So, but Ryan's came in first, so we'll nominate Ryan Rowe Johnson for the road committee as an alternate.
One second.
Okay. All in favor? And if Kate
Aye.
or whatever
Is
Yeah.
me.
is moved, then we'll get Diane to fill that spot. If she's still willing. You wouldn't happen to know, David, if Diane's still willing to serve on the road committee? If Catherine is moved?
I think she
Is
is.
Ryan the alternate?
Yeah.
Ryan's an alternate, yeah. That's the only thing we can do tonight. Rowe Johnson. Okay. Do we have contact information? We do, don't we? For Catherine? I'll get the number from. Do you have a phone number for her?
Right on that paper.
Who's on? No, she's currently on it, but I don't see any phone number or contact information. All right, well, I'll reach out to her and see if she still lives locally. And if she's moving, then we'll go with someone else. And thank her for her service. All right. Okay. Any training that you want to attend?
We have a couple more of these.
But there's a new.
She's already on. We put her on ordinance.
Okay. The
And he's already on road committee.
Mhm.
Okay,
I think the appeals board, at least one member. is-
okay. So this is a Maine Municipal Association, local planning board and Board of Appeals workshop. It is Tuesday, July 30th. Awesome. That would be great.
Do you want permission for one of you to go, or wait till it's clean?
Oh, I don't understand.
We have to approve, it costs money.
Oh, I see.
So if you, when's your planning board meeting? July 1st, ours is,
Well. The plan, we find out, so I think everybody else is in training. Well, oh, because of,
oh,
well, then, okay, what do you want that in?
and who, did we have a planning board person that wanted it?
we did.
Dave, well, then,
Dave Bowen, he already leave?
Oh, Dave Tilley.
Oh, Dave Terrio. Dave Terrio, you have here that you want to join planning board. And, Jay has to resign because he is currently with,
They have to resign first.
oh. Is there anyone here that would like to resign from their post on anything? Yes, sir.
I would think it's not on the planning board.
Good thing, because it's unethical for you to be on there. I'd like to nominate David Terrio for the planning board.
I
Oh,
need a resignation.
oh my
Accept.
friggin' word.
Can I rewrite it after?
Ken,
Oh, yeah, this one.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I would like to accept his resignation from the planning board with regret.
I second his resignation.
All right, all in favor of accepting Jay's resignation, raise your hand. Or say aye, like a pirate.
Aye.
Very nice.
real.
Sorry. So we do have a person that filled out a form, sucker, that wants to be on the planning board, David Terrio. I would like to nominate him for the planning board.
I second the nomination.
David Terrio for the planning board, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we love that.
Are you filling them out?
I'm just giving you the name, yep. What's that? It's an alternate, yes, yeah. T Heriualt. You can have that one back. This one there. Okay, so that's a training. David, there's a training going on for planning board. No, but you want to see it, you can give it right back. Or you can give it to Peggy and she'll show it to you at the meeting.
I'll say,
Even if you have a budget, we have to still approve it, I guess.
they're in charge of every cent. They're in charge of every cent.
Oh, I mean, the last couple of years, we've had people go to.
Well, all right, it'll work.
Russell, shh.
I was never with it.
You have to ask permission for the money to pay for anything.
And we have approved for you before too. Yeah. All right, no other training out there?
No.
Okay. Any correspondence?
Did you want to approve for the appeals board member to attend training?
You mean the planning board member to approve?
Appeals.
Yeah. Oh, appeals.
Yes, there's an email from Leslie asking.
Yes,
The newest member to.
yes. I'd like to make a motion that the newest member of the appeals board approved their training.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We have correspondence from First Light. Okay, so every account for First Light has a CPNI notice. This is the notice that we got for the town of Hartford. Any change of address of record of billing, change in question or answer for setup to authenticate any individual attempting to obtain information about our account. A change in password, a password retrieval. Basically, it's just super security for our internet that First Light's.
So does that mean someone has changed something? Because I haven't. That's what I was wondering.
No, it basically it says the Federal Communications Commission requires that we inform you by mail immediately when any of the following changes are made to your account. Change of address or record billing, change of question or answer, change in password. This letter is to ensure you that only you and your authorized agents may access customer proprietary network information associated with your account. One of these changes has recently been made to your account. If you or someone authorized by you did not make this change, please contact us. So you need to call them.
Okay.
It says somebody made a change.
Okay.
I don't know how they would do that. So if you would please contact them and make sure that no one else has our numbers or access,
Unless it was when they installed it, because I haven't.
but at least they should tell us. So, and they just installed the new fax line, right? Didn't we do the electronic fax line through?
Yeah, there was
First
nothing
Light?
installed, but yeah, it's electronic, internet.
So that could be it, but because you just did that
That was indeed just through CMP.
through First Light.
No,
Okay, so can we call them and find out what's going on? But it says they're required immediately to send us a notice. And that is very slow for immediate, because that was November. That she moved back, so. So somewhere along the way, somebody or
oh, I
somebody,
did change, I did shut off, I did shut off the old fax. But I didn't change the name.
it says a change of billing or address.
Oh,
Send that
It
back.
could be something else, so. God forbid somebody
okay.
be on there. Okay. It is 9:10 and we are gonna adjourn this meeting. Thank you all for coming.
We have to sign all these.
We do? Yeah,
I couldn't be here earlier because I had another, and I had to go. So what did you ask the ordinance committee to do?
basically to